Hello and welcome back to the next episode of Starfield, this beginner's guide. Now, we stopped in the last video, we stopped doing the missions in order to look at the building the ship and how you could build your ship, and we talked through everything you need to know to customize your ship. Now, at any point you can press H to go into your ship, and you can see what we did here. This was the upgrades that we did to our ship. Not really many upgrades, but we did give it a paint job. We changed just a little bit in the cargo hold, and that's all we could really do at the moment. We didn't really have much in terms of availability because we don't have enough resources and enough money, and there's more stuff we need to do. Therefore, before we continue with the missions in this video, I want to go over the next thing, which is base building. So the missions is a core part of the game. There's a lot to do there, and the lore and the story is a great thing to do. Now you've got your main quest, which is massive. You've got a lot of side quests, which are also massive, and you've got the completionist side of things. We've got shipbuilding, which we now understand, and we've talked about. But what I want to do now, before we continue with the missions, is look at base building. So in order to do that, we're going to press M. So the first thing we need to do is figure out where are we going to go. So we can zoom out. And, I mean, we could zoom out even further, and we could go and look at the galaxy side of things. But for now, we're gonna kind of just stay on Alpha Centauri. All right, that's enough for us for now. So in Alpha Centauri, in here, we're gonna look at different planets. Now we're currently on Jemison. That's where we are right now, which is in the Alpha Centauri system. We need to find a planet, and we want to find a planet that has things that are available. So let's start with Alpha Centauri. Let's look at this planet. So we can see here we've got all of these. We've got argon, lead, chlorine, water. Alright. So we can see here also there's Kurtz, which is a moon. And on Kurtz there's different things available. So Kurtz has that looks like aluminium and helium. Cool. Alright, so well, where do we want to go? Well, if we're looking around for different places, I would recommend one of the places that we can start, and there's a lot of places by the way, but Zamka. Zamka's not a bad place. So Zamka is a moon off of Olivas, and we can head over there simply by clicking on it. If we click on it, there is an industrial outpost. There's also a science outpost. We're not going to go there yet. We're just going to set a course, and we're going to travel to Zamka. Simple as that. At any point we can go there. All right, we're there. We're not doing any missions. We're not doing anything else at the moment. We're at Zamka. Go back to the menu. Now we can scan the planet. Alright, so there's no life. There's no fauna, no flora. Water is chemical. No magnetosphere. The atmosphere is thin. The temperature is frozen. Gravity, not bad. It's rock. Alright, okay, so it's a hostile planet. That's not too bad. We can deal with that. But look at the resources. There's water. There's helium. Copper. Nickel. Iron. Uranium. Cobalt. And vanadium. So there's a lot here. A lot here. So what we can do at this point is, because we're looking at these resources, we can see. And we can zoom in if we need to. Look at all this uranium. Okay, look at all this iron. So we can look at any of these. So, okay. So if I was here, there's nickel. I don't know what this black stuff is. I don't think the black stuff's anything. But there's nickel. There's iron. There's helium. We can get helium from pretty much anywhere, but look, there's a lot of stuff available just here. And if we're here, there's water as well. So this is not bad. Look, there's nickel and there's iron. So maybe a place that we want to land is somewhere like this. That's going to give us the best of both. And not too far from the water either. Alright, so let's land here. And it's craters. Alright. So we're going to pick a point and we're going to land on it. And that's how you can land anywhere on a planet. You just pick a point and you land on it. Alright. So as you can see, doesn't look like the kindest planet. Make sure we've got our spacesuit on. Alright, let's exit the ship. So it's minus 78 degrees, meaning it's very hostile, which is not a good ship, really. Freezing liquid rain. Ugh, not good. Not good. Extreme ambient cold planetary conditions. Not good. Let's scan, shall we? And let's have a look. So, alright, there's something over here. This is iron. Great. So we know we've got iron nearby. Alright, that's nice. What's that? More iron. Alright. Wow, also using our booster pack, we can jump quite high. Alright. So what we can do now is, if you look at our menu, it says outposts. We can put down 8 different outposts. That's something that we have available to us. Alright, so why don't we do that? We have the availability to do that. Why don't we press R? Here we go. Here's our outpost. So available resources at the moment is iron and water. That's what we have available here. Iron and water. Okay. Well, let's go for it. We're going to put this down. So we can rotate it with mouse 1, mouse 2, and when we're ready to confirm, we just simply need to press E. Placing an outpost beacon allows you to build objects and structures. Navigate the build menu categories using Q and E. Switch to modify it using Tab. Outpost objects are built from items and resources. When building an object, the build cost automatically removed from your ship's cargo, hold, or your inventory. Perfect. So now we're in our build mode. Okay, so we can see we've got extractors. There are 2 extractors that are available to us. We can see what's required in the top left. So if we were to build an iron extractor, we need 5 power. Okay, so we're not ready for that yet. Okay, well, also before we build, we can build in this kind of 3D, or we can press V and go into like a top-down view, the fly cam. So it's an easier way, so we can just switch between it. So we can see this is the area that we can build iron on this iron platform. Okay, and also on here. So we can only build this in this area, nowhere else. Alright, so we can build iron here. So we can extract iron. Well, that's good to know. But we're not ready to do that just yet. So what do we need instead? We need power, because we're going to need 5 power for this. But we do have enough material to be able to do this. So once we're ready, we're good to go. So why don't we put this down so we're ready. Okay, we'll put this down right here. Build. The extractor. Iron requires power in order to function. Build a power source from the power category to provide power. Alright, so here's power. There's a solar array. Okay, but the solar doesn't really look like it's very good for us here. There's also a wind turbine. But the problem with the wind at the moment is that it only generates free power, and we don't have enough cobalt. But we have enough beryllium, we have enough aluminium, and we have enough copper, so we can build a couple of the solar panels. So let's go ahead and build 2 of these, because we need 2. So we can go ahead and press 1. But the next one, there we go, we've got 2. You've powered up your first object. Congratulations. Now it's wireless. We can wire it if we want to, but we don't need to. So let's just come out of the building mode. Alright, in fact, if we want to go back into the building mode, we need to come up to this and press E. So we just need to come up to this and press E. If we want to modify, we can do that. We can click this to move it, so we can actually move it over here. There we go. So that can now live there instead. So we've moved it. Alright, so here's our little base that we built. So we have an outpost. We have 2 solar panels providing us with 8 power, 4 each. And we have this extractor, which now is working. So let's come, let's stay in the build mode for now. And let's look. So we can see the bottom left, we can see our outpost. It's the Zamka Outpost 1. Now if we click on this, if we come up to it and click on it, come out of the build mode, we can rename it by pressing R. So Zamka Outpost 1, we can call this Outpost Iron, for example. Alright, it's got a new name. Alright, if I go into the build menu, in the bottom left, Outpost Iron, which is in Zamka in Alpha Centauri. Build limit, we can see. In the bottom right hand corner, we can see cargo, crew, power needed, and total power. Now, we know that this is not a very nice planet, right? So we know that we kind of need a hab. Just a very basic, small hab. So in order to do that, we have to look at what we need. In order to build a hab, we need sealant. We don't have enough sealant. So we need another 2 sealant in order to build a hab. And then we're also going to need an airlock, which means we're going to need more. So let's say we need, at the moment, we need some sealant we can go ahead and track by pressing R. This is now going to track these materials. Also, we want to build a hab. We need materials. So we can go ahead and we can track this as well by pressing R. We're now tracking these 2 items. So what else do we want to build? We want to build a hab, okay. And once we have the hab, we want an industrial workbench. We want to be able to build that. Okay, great. So let's track that as well. What else are we going to want? We're going to want a cooking station, okay, a pharmaceutical lab, a weapons workbench, a spacesuit workbench, and a research lab. We're tracking all of these items. Okay, so by pressing R and tracking these, we now have all of the items that we need. What else do we want? We don't need a turret. There's nothing alive on this planet. It's fine. Alright, we don't need furniture at the moment. That's fine for now. Decorations are not important for now. Weapon racks and displays are not important for now. We want a crew station. So that's something else we're going to track, because we want to build that. We don't need a scan booster. That's not really that important for now. Cargo link's not that important. But a landing pad with ship builder. That's something that's important. We want to build that as well. So we're going to track that as well. Alright, anything else that we want? Water vapor. So we can collect water. Alright, yep, let's go ahead and we'll track that as well. And we want to get another iron extractor. So we're going to track that. What else do we need? We need some more solar arrays probably. So we'll track one of those. Okay, what else do we need? Well, we're tracking iron, so we want a storage solution, right? So a transfer container. This will allow us to transfer cargo whilst on board your ship. So that could be handy. So do we need to transfer stuff between our ship? Because if we do, then we'll need this. So I think that's going to be a good thing to have. So we'll have that as well. Great. Do we need storage? Is storage something else we need to build? Well, this is storage. It's got storage built into it. So rather than having just solid storage, we have a transfer container instead. Alright, there's a lot of stuff there. A lot of stuff that we're building. Cool. What else do we need at the moment? That's kind of it. Cool, so let's come out of this build menu, and we know what we need to do. Now if we come over here, look, we've already collected 7 iron. We can simply just take that, 8 iron now, and that is just going to keep making iron for us. And that's great. But it can only hold 10. So we need somewhere to be able to store the iron. Alright, that's important. So, let's take off. We'll go and get into our ship. And there's 2 parts to this video. The first part is building a base. Okay, so that's done. We've built what we can build so far, but we're missing materials. So, what we're going to do is we're going to press M. Alright, and now we need to go back to another place. So, let's head to Alpha Centauri. Alright, and we're going to head to New Atlantis. Alright, which is where we was before. So let's go to New Atlantis and we're going to land there. Now, we have a shopping list of things that we need. And this is a big shopping list with a lot of stuff. You're not going to get everything in one go. But when you land on Alpha Centauri, the first thing you're going to want to do is head down here. As you move over to the left hand side, it says hotel and shopping. Okay, so there's 2 places we can go. Now if we go to the hotel and shopping, there's a building right in front of us here. You can go in here and you can buy and sell stuff. So this is Jemison Mercantile. If you talk to this lady,
if it belongs on your ship, then I'm sure we have it for sale.
Talk to her.
Hi there. Thanks for stopping in. Feel free to look around. I can take care of transactions, and if you've got questions, just ask.
Alright, I'd like to see what you have for sale.
Oh, please, take a look.
Okay, so now, vendor buy. Let's go to resources. Everything we need has this magnifying glass. Now, because we track so many different things, it's telling us the complete resources that we need. Now, we need 4 adaptive frames. Now, we can buy 24, or the value of them is 24. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to buy these. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. We bought them all. Great. We need 10 adhesive. Now, we could just go ahead and buy all 10 if we need to. So, quantity 10, 120. Perfect. This is as long as they've got it to sell. Yeah? Alright, buy 18 of these, and we can buy 30 of these. What else do we need? We need this. So now we're just going to go through and we're going to buy everything that we need. And we just need to click on this and press E. And this will be everything we need. Now we're well over mass at the moment, which means we're going to have a long walk and we're going to be very heavy. So you might want to do this in a couple of trips or bring Vasco with you, because then he can carry some stuff as well. Alright, there we go. That's everything that we needed to buy. Now we've just spent quite a bit of money and the vendor has quite a lot of credits. But guess what? Because the vendor has credits, guess what we can now do? We can sell. Because we've got a lot of stuff, remember, that we didn't need. So in terms of packs, we've got the Constellation pack. We don't really need that at the moment, so we could sell it. Or we can keep it. Depends on whether we want to keep on the pirate ship, the pirate survival pack, or whether we want to keep on the Constellation pack. And you'll find better packs as well. This is only a basic one, so we can go ahead and sell that. We don't need it. It's not that important to us. If we want to go ahead and sell... no, we don't want to sell any of that. Sell from the ship's inventory. Oh, great. So now we're selling from the ship. So what's the ship got? Well, we don't want that. We don't need these packs, so we can sell them. Alright, we don't need these helmets, so we can sell them. There's a broken helmet there. Okay. Deep mining helmet, we can sell that. Pirate space helmet, we can sell that. Weapons. These are weapons that are in the ship, remember? Not that on us. We don't need any of them, so we can sell them all. Alright, so sell all. Alright, what else have we got that we don't need on us? Well, all of this miscellaneous stuff. And also apparel, right? We've got a lot of stuff here, so... can pretty much sell... okay, I mean... No. That's how you want to run around? That's how you want to run around? That's up to you. If that's how you want to run around, you do you. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell all of this stuff from the ship because I don't need any of it. To be honest, it can all go. It's very easy to hoard stuff. But I'm not going to hoard anything at the moment. And miscellaneous stuff as well. So this is all the stuff that we picked up earlier that we can now sell. The board games, the boards, the paperweights, the blenders, the bowls, all of this stuff, circuit boards. We don't really need any of this at the moment, so we can sell all of this miscellaneous stuff. Pretty much all of it can go. We don't need any of it. Not right now. Look at our credits. We have got so many credits now as a result. So many credits. There's also some aid. There's some other stuff that we can sell here, but to be honest, not much of it is worth anything, so I'm not even going to bother. We could probably sell, I guess, those and those, but yeah, not really that bothered at the moment about those. Everything else we can kind of keep hold of for now. It's all good. So,
Appreciate the business.
we're a little bit heavy, and so we can't fast travel when we're heavy. And we didn't ask Vasco to come with us. We should have asked Vasco to come with us. Would have made it easier, because then we could have given him a lot of stuff. But it's fine. It's fine, because we're going to go to where we need to go to. Now, we haven't got far to go. We just need to get back to our ship, and it's just over here. So we're going to jump off the edge here. And remember, we've got to run. We've got to sprint, remember? For 1,000 kilometers, because that's going to help us at 75% or over. So even though we're getting hurt at the moment, we're sprinting. Sprinting's good for us because that's going to help us with our stats that we've got. So if I press P, P brings up our stats. We're now 25 out of 1,000 of the challenge completed. So sprint for 1,000 meters. We're at 25% of that. Alright, let's go ahead and take off. So, we want to go to a new planet. We're going to head back over to... where was it we were going to? It was Zamka here. Yep. Landing area. Outpost. Click there and we're going to land. Now we couldn't fast travel because we didn't have our ship on us and we were too heavy. So you cannot fast travel when you're overweight. But now we're here. Look, we're back at our outpost. And now we've got all of the materials that we need. So we can go back into the build mode. And now we can start building. So let's craft. First of all, let's craft our hab, because otherwise we're going to die. And we don't want that. Oh, we didn't get enough adaptive frames. That's my bad. I didn't get enough. Okay, that's fine. We'll get those in a bit. So for now, we're going to build a hab round. Alright, so the hab, where's that going to go? That's going to go just here. Yep, this kind of feels like a good place to put it. It can live just there. Alright, now we've got a hab. We need an outlook. Oh, sorry, I didn't put the hab down. My bad. Press E. Alright, there we go. The hab is now confirmed. Let's put the airlock on the hab, which will go... You can choose where you want to put it, so you can move it around. But I'm going to put it just there. That's fine. Press E, and now we've got the hab. Alright, so let's come out of build mode. There's our hab. Let's get inside the airlock. Alright, we're going to cycle. Just going to shut that door and open this one. Here's our new hab that we've just built. Alright. Now, we kind of need to go back into build mode, which we can't do because we need to be... out here at the moment. So, into build mode. Now we're going to go inside. Oh. Kind of want to get inside, please. Okay. There we go. Just need to come out of that mode, so just press tab and you'll come into here. Right, so now we're inside. I actually didn't want to put that in there, so I'm going to delete that by pressing and holding R. There we go. Alright, so now I'm inside my hab. So now I go back into build mode. So just go into modify mode if you need to move around. Okay, so now I can put in my industrial workbench. Alright, so for an industrial workbench, I can move it around to where I want it to be. Once I'm kind of happy with where I want it to live, I can build it. Go to the next one, which is our cooking station. Alright. So now I can do the same thing with a cooking station. I can kind of rotate it around to where I'm happy with it. Once I've got it where I want it to be, drop it down. Pharmaceutical lab, again, same thing. You get the idea. So we can start to build all of this stuff around this hab. So we've got everything we need. I'm going to just move this here. Now, if you've got OCD like me, this is going to drive you absolutely nuts, but it is what it is, so you just have to deal with it. A spacesuit workbench is next. And a research lab. There we go. So we've kind of built everything that we can currently build, building-wise. Alright. So now that that's done, let's see what else we need. Go back into the build mode. We don't need any turrets, we don't need any furniture. You can go crazy, you can build this out, do whatever you need to do. I'm going to put a crew station in because later on when I've got crew, this is going to allow me to assign people to work here. And that is going to improve the productivity of this facility. So we'll go ahead and place that down. Crew station allows you to assign crew to your outpost, which can then provide various benefits depending on their skills. You can assign crew to your outpost by going to data menu, ship menu, crew. Alright, data menu, ship menu, crew. Alright, that's everything we need there. Cargo link is how we would link two different outposts together. So we have a different outpost. We can have a cargo link and then we can acquire resources from one outpost to another. And that's going to be very, very handy, but we're going to do that later. Right now, we're just looking to get our iron. And that is everything we need. So we've crafted pretty much everything we need here. Alright. So here's our industrial workbench. If we click on this, the industrial workbench allows you to create basic manufactured components, which can be used for building structures for your outpost and for crafting mods for your weapons and equipment. The raw resources used for manufacturing components can be acquired from planets and moons by starting an outpost and by setting up resource extractors. More advanced manufactured components can be created at fabricators and an outpost. Awesome. So I need adaptive frames, remember? Remember I said I don't have enough adaptive frames? Well, guess what? I can craft one now. How many do I want? Well, I would like to build 3 of them, please, because, no, I think I was short like 8 or something. I don't know how many. I'm going to figure out how many I was short. We'll build them. But I can make these adaptive frames now. So that's a really, really cool there we go. They've just been added. So now, if I wanted to go back into the build mode, I need to kind of figure out the hotkey for build mode. I'm not sure what it is. Let me have a very quick check. I'm pretty sure if I go into bindings, there is a way to open up build mode. Pretty sure of it. Build, confirm, edit is E. I don't think that works though. You need to be at the outpost to do that. So I don't think you can open up build mode unless you're at the... Yeah, I think I actually need to be there. Okay, so I need to go outside. Cooking station to cook with, pharmaceutical lab. We've got a weapons workbench, a spacesuit workbench, a research lab. And then obviously we've got this crew station. So I'm actually going to need to head outside, because I want to keep on building. I'm sure there must be a better way to do this. I don't think you need to do this, but here it says I need to go here and press and do that. I can't help but think there must be a better way. So I press tab to change from build mode, and then I can come in here. Alright, so my temperature should be okay now. I should be good. Alright, I should be good. Alright, so what was I building? I want to look at building a... There we go, a landing pad with shipbuilder. Oh, I need another 3 adaptive frames. Okay, so I need another 3 adaptive frames. So let's go ahead and build those. Oh, I need to cancel, come out of all of this. Go to here. Adaptive frames, yep, I need to craft. And I need 3 of them. Alright, confirm. I've got enough parts, so I'm okay at the moment. I've got enough parts. So I come away. I've now got those. Let's go outside. Still this horrible weather on this planet, but that's fine. It's fine. For what we need, it's okay. Let's go back into build mode. And from here, we're going to build the landing ship. Now, as you can see, this thing is absolutely massive. It's going to take up a lot of space. So we're going to build it just here. Alright. Cool. There we go. There's our... There it is. It's built. So now we've built that as well. It's taken away everything that we needed, all that we had. And it's built. So now we come away from this. And there it is. Now we can head up here if we need to. Again, doesn't need any power or anything like that, so we're okay. We can head up the top. And when we get up the top, there is our... There's no spaceship here. Now if you want to call your spaceship, you simply come over here and click on this. So this is the shipbuilder control console. So we can activate this and we can view and modify ships. Now if I do that and I exit, the ship's not there. But if I go into this and I confirm, and then I simply go into ship builder. Okay, so now I'm in ship builder. If I come out now, there's my ship. So all I need to do is go into the ship builder and my ship's there. That's it. And that's it. That's how... so now, every time we land, we're going to land here, and the ship should be here. If the ship's not here, then very simple, we just come up to this, go to confirm, go into ship builder. You have to go into the ship builder itself. But now if we want to add some things, we're going to have new things available to us that were not available before at Atlantis. So there's more things that you can buy. See, look at this. Look at these landing bays that I've now got available. There's so many more now. So there's a lot more stuff. Look, a lot more stuff in terms of the cargo hold. Things like this. Look, there's a lot of stuff before that we just didn't have available to us that we now do have. And also, look at the size of that cargo hold. So the cargo hold we had before, this basic one, was 160. But this is shielded cargo hold. So the shielded cargo hold means that you can hide contraband from authorities. Alright, so a lot of things that you couldn't get before. So this one, 170. This one, 300. So yeah, you can see the mass of them as well. Alright, look at the cockpits as well. So many cockpits now that we can build. So everything that we did in the last video, we can do now, but we can do it at a much higher level. A much higher level, which is why It's good to be able to see how you can start it at New Atlantis, but building this base and seeing all of this stuff that you can do, and now we know what we need in order to be able to upgrade. Look at the engines, right? So now just lots and lots of different things that we can build. The class, by the way, if you're building out a class, Class A is the worst. Class B is better. Class C is the best. So you want to bear that in mind. You can only build whatever class your reactor is. So you always want to start with the reactor, and you want to get the best reactor you can. Now, we can only have A-class reactors at the moment, and the power can only be generated is 16. So we need to build a better reactor, and that's going to give us more options. But in order to do this, like to get a better reactor, even just to get a B-class reactor, which is not the best, but even if we wanted a B-class reactor, we would have to get piloting of a rank of 3. So, and also, yeah, that's really going to hurt us. So if we do that, it's not the best one to get. We could do something like this. This one is going to cost quite a lot to build out, but the mass is less, so sometimes that's better. Just bear that in mind. But yeah, we might want to upgrade to something like this. Get a better reactor. That's something we can do. It's going to give us more power. So the power generator is going to be more. Because you get your base power. So you get your base power and then you get your reactor power as well. So yeah, we could upgrade that if we wanted to. Now let's have a look at what reactor we currently have on here. So let's say we wanted to get the... Because this one's going to be less in terms of our mass, which is nice. So we could kind of grab that one. Right, let's take this one off. Right, this is the 330T, yeah? So let's have a look at the difference. So the 330T, which is a 14, Class A 14. This is a Class A 16, but this is 23 mass. This is 22 mass. It does have a better repair rate than our new one. But we do get 2 extra power points. So we get 2 extra power slots that we can use, which is also nice. It gives us better hull. In fact, this one gives us much better hull. So even though this is a little bit heavier, this one has a much better repair rate. So yeah, I think the 340, this one's the one we're going to go for. So we'll get rid of that one, we'll get rid of that one, and we'll use this one. Now obviously we're going to have to colour it, that's the most important thing. So the colour was just not right. So we'll go for red as the main colour, kind of black as the secondary colour. Maybe a little bit of red on there for the lines as well. Nice. Alright, so that's now done. We can fit that. Put it in place where the other one was. It's going to cost us quite a bit of credits to be able to do this. But now we've just upgraded this. We've got an extra 2 points here. Now, it might also be beneficial for us to consider upgrading our storage. Because that was something we couldn't do before. And the reason we couldn't do that was because we needed a bigger ship, right? Or maybe that's something we can do now. Maybe, if we go to R. Let's have a look. Maybe if we go to our structure. No, sorry, we don't want structure, we want HABs. Look, a lot more we can buy now as well in terms of HABs. A lot more. So many different options now. So many different options. So we really do get to choose the kind of layout, the look, the feel of the ship. We can really sort of change this if we want to. So let's go ahead and we're going to pick... what do we want here? We've got all of these engineering bays. All-in-one berths. Lots to do here. Companionway. Okay. Do we want a Tayo? Do we want a Stroud? Stroud doesn't really have much. We can go for the Hope Tech. Hope Tech looks pretty cool. So maybe we go for the Hope Tech. But it does mean if we do this, we're going to be changing the ship. Pretty much. But yeah, lots of different stuff that we can play with here, and that we can get and we can use. We just have to choose what's right for us. So we've got a Nova Galactica, which is kind of what we're using at the moment. So this would be the engineering if we went for that. I'm just looking at the mass and what it adds in terms of mass to the ship. So we don't really want a lot more space. Like that's not the goal here. We're not after like huge amounts more space. But we do want to make this a bit bigger. Alright, so if we're going to do this, the way that we're going to do it is we're going to add this and we're going to play about with adding the stuff on the side, because what we want to do is add more storage. And that's what we'll do. But we're not going to do that now. We'll do that later. Bearing in mind, we've got a warning here that we need to check, which means we need to reduce mass or add engines. So we're going to have to add more engines. So I think the next step here is going to be to add another 2 engines, build out the ship. We'll change that later. I'm not going to do it right now. We'll do it later. But just know that you can. The purpose of me showing you this is that you just have so many more options once you've built that. So we're going to cancel our modifications. We're going to exit out of this. But yeah, this shipbuilding station is one of the first things you really want to build when you're building an outpost, because it just gives, and that's where you want to come to do a lot of your building, because you're going to get much more built here than anywhere else. All right, so back to building. Slight distraction there. So we've got our iron. We can see that. Now what we need to do is we need to set up a way to transfer. Alright, so let's go back and look at our transfer containers. Alright, so we can put a transfer container down. And in order to do that, we just need to move this. Now, it doesn't matter where it goes, actually. We're not going to be going any further out than this, so it's really not a problem. But I'm going to put mine right here. There we go. So that's where that's going to live. Alright, now we can easily transfer items between an outpost and our ship. So to fill the transfer container, create an outpost, an output link from the extractor to the builder. Okay, so this is the next thing that we need to do. So we come out of the build mode. Okay, and we've got our extractor here. Alright, our extractor is working. Now if we click on the menu, we have to hold it to open up the menu. We've got our outpost. We can move it, we can delete it, or we can create an output link or a wire. A wire allows us to connect electricity. Now electricity is wireless, but if we want to dedicate wire to this so that it's used here and only here, we can use a wire to do that. But if we're going to do an output link, then we're going to send this from here. Where do we want to send it to? And here's the wire, the link. So we want to send it from here to here. So we create a link. By creating an output link from the extractor, iron, everything it produces will automatically be sent to the transfer container. Output links is useful for storing the output of extractors and builders. They're also essential for providing builders with the required resources. There we go. So now nothing's going to be stored in here because this only had a storage of 10. So it could only store 10 iron. Whereas this, if I click on this, has a transfer of 200. So now I can store 200 iron in here, and because of what it is, a container, it's going to send it directly to the ship. I can access it from being within the ship. So now I need to continue building. Back to the build menu, and we need to now build more iron. It's as simple as that. So here we want another extractor, and we're going to put another one down. Now we want to make sure we're in the right place, and we are, but we can't put it too close to the other one. Alright, so we need to be a little bit out of the range of the other one. Okay, so that's fine, that can go just there. Perfect. Alright, there we go. So, there's our second extractor. If we come back down, we need to go up to that extractor, and we need to do the exact same thing. So here's an extractor. This is going to work. Press and hold E. Alright, so press and hold E, and we're going to use output link. And we're going to link this to here. There we go. So now we have both of these working. So we have 2 extractors, both extracting iron, and that iron is going into there. Alright, great. Let's check our power. So now we need 10 power, but we only have 8. So we need to build another solar panel. Coming back to our energy or power, solar array, going into this top-down mode. And here we go, we can build ourselves another solar panel. Now, it's not snappy, so it's a little bit difficult to get this in. Again, if you've got an OCD, you're going to hate this. But there we go. Now we've got 12 power. We only need 10, we've got 12. And our production is 3.33 per minute. Great. that's it. We've done everything we need to do at this point. We can put another solar panel down just so we've got one, so it's there. And we can come down. Now, if we wanted to perfect these, we wanted to make them right, we could come into the build mode here instead. So this is another option. We can go into the modify tab. Alright, and we can press it to move it. So we could kind of just try and find a better place to put it if we wanted to, if it's a problem. I mean, it's not really a problem. You're not going to get it perfect. There's no grid snapping or anything like that, but we can see what we need. Now, if we want to create an output link, you don't have to go into the menu to do that. You could just right click and you can do it that way. So right click does it, it's already connected. But yeah, that shows you how you can do that. And all of the buttons are there available for you as well, so you can see them. So that's it so far. We've done what we needed to do. Let's check in here, shall we, and see. We've got 5 iron. Alright, 6 iron. So that's going to keep building iron. That's going to keep putting our iron out for us. And that's great. We don't need to do anything else at this point. We can capture some water if we want to. So to do that, we can go into the build mode. Go to extractors, and we can put down water vapor. So we could put down this this building here as well if we want to. We'll go ahead and build that. Alright, so we need 15 power. We've got 16 power, and we're now gathering water. Alright, so if we want an output link, we can do that, and the output link can go to there. And guess what? Now the water is going to go into here. Alright. So now everything's been built. Everything's done. And if we come over to here, we've got water and iron in the transfer container. Great. We've got our hab, which if we come into our hab, has got everything that we need. So we can use this to keep building. If we need new things, we can build them here. So we can build from the industrial workbench. We've got a cooking station. So if we need to cook anything, we can cook from here. So look, we've got membrane, we've got nutrients. We can make alien jerky, which is going to restore our health. We can also make an alien sandwich if we want to. That gives us plus 60 damage resistance for 5 minutes. That takes bread and nutrients. Distilled water. Actions use minus 16% O2 for 3 minutes. Good to know, right? So that takes water and membrane. Now we've got water. We're actually gathering water off the surface now. So we can go ahead and make some distilled water. So we can go ahead and craft that. And look, we get XP for crafting as well. So we can cook, we can craft, we can do all of that stuff. Alright, the next thing along here is the pharmaceutical lab. Pharmaceutical lab allows us to make things like paste, which is going to help us if we get any problems. So the treatment, it tells you in the top left, this treats for burns. This one treats for breaks. This one treats for afflictions and other things as well. So, yeah. And healing paste. So, there we go. We can use a lot of the stuff that we get or pick up. And if we need to, we can go and buy stuff. But just know that that's also there. A weapon workbench. So if we want to start working on our weapons, let's say we pick up our weapon that we've got, we want to add a mod. We can edit the barrel. We can change that if we want to make a shorter barrel. There we go. It's going to remove the range and the accuracy. So it will put the value of it up. But that's it. So yeah, we don't really want to do that. It's not a good mod for us to install. We probably want more range if anything. We could put a laser on it if we wanted to. It's going to give us a bit more accuracy, but again, don't really need to worry about that. We could put an optic on it, but I don't really feel like we need to. Again, it's not going to do much. We could put a muzzle on it. So a lot of stuff we can do here in terms of making a... this will give us a bit more accuracy, a bit more range. We can also put a suppressor on it, which will give us less range. But a choke is something good to put on it. If we put the choke on it, that's going to give us a bit more range and a bit more accuracy. So we can go ahead and click on this. We don't have any titanium, unfortunately, so we need 2 titanium to be able to do this. So as long as we get 2 titanium, we can go ahead and do that. So that's just something to bear in mind. But that's weapon modification. Alright, spacesuit workbench, if we want to do some stuff to our spacesuit. So we can pick up our helmet, we can add a mod. So if we wanted to, we could add something, for example, ballistic shielding, which is going to give us a bit more ballistic shielding, or EM shielding, which is electromagnetic. So we can get a bit more electromagnetic resistance, a bit more energy shielding. So this shields us from either the physical, which is ballistics, EM, or energy shielding. For now, I think ballistics is kind of the thing that we're focused on right now, so we can do that. Go ahead and confirm it. And now we've just researched and upgraded that. Great. We can't do mod 2 at the moment because we need required research, which is helmet mods 2. We don't have that, so we can only do one mod. But yeah, that's some stuff that we can do. We've got a spacesuit as well, so we could do the same thing here. If we wanted to, we could install this. So just give ourselves a bit more, because we're fighting a lot at the moment. Kind of makes sense to be able to do this. And this one would give us, if we had this, this would give us extra carrying capacity, which would allow us by an extra 10 kilograms. So I highly recommend this. This requires polymer and aluminium. So next time you're shopping, pick up some aluminium, pick up some polymer, come back here, and that extra capacity will make a big difference with this backpack. It's just an extra 10 kilograms. Alright, so that's everything. The research is the same one that we had on our ship. So we can come into here and we can see all of the stuff that we've got available to us. So more stuff will become available over time. But for now, here we go. Manufacturing is another one. So if we look at manufacturing, we can see what is required. Now, we need adaptive frames. We need 3 adaptive frames to be able to complete this. Well, guess what? We can make those right here. All we need to do is come over to this first machine, and we need to choose 3 adaptive frames. Oh, we don't have any aluminium, actually. We've used it all up. So we do have to go and get some more aluminium to be able to do that. But you get the idea. And that's it. That's all there is right now for the base building. Now, you can go and set up other outposts. Remember, you can have 8 in total. You can put them in different systems and connect them, but you'd need more advanced materials for that. So for now, I try and keep them in the same system. But this is our main base, our main outpost. So, yeah, we'll keep this one as it is for now. When you set up future outposts, you don't need to be building more spaceports and things like that. I would simply just set up whatever resources you're going to collect, enough power to power it, and then you want to make sure you've got this this container as well. Alright. So all we're going to do now is we're going to head up to our ship. The last thing I want to show you before the end of this video is how you can transfer inventory to your ship. So you need to be in your ship. That's the first thing. So once you're inside your ship, and this doesn't count, by the way, this is not inside your ship. You need to actually go and board the ship. Alright, so now we're inside our ship. We can go and check out our cargo. Alright, so when we're in transfer, now we can look at inventory. We can also look at outpost. So now this is everything in the outpost. Alright, and if I click on resources, look, I can see there's iron. I've got 28 iron right now. And I can store that in the ship. And I can store it all. And I can take the water as well. So now the outpost is empty. And everything is now in the ship. Which, by the way, the ship has 450 capacity. Which, as I increase and build and improve, I can add more engines. I can add more storage. And that means that I can carry more stuff. So that's it. That's everything you need to know for this video. You now know how to build your base. And yeah, that's it. Enjoy. So now you know how to build an outpost, you know how to customize your ship, and we can now focus in the rest of the videos on completing the missions. Thanks for joining us. I'll speak to you soon.